Everyone happily nestled in their beds. Sugar plums and all that stuff, good stuff. It's never too late for that. Shut your face. Don't talk to me like that. That's not nice. Every day is Lesbian Lover Day. Every day. He can't even argue with that. It's one thing from friends I won't argue with. Every day is Lesbian Lover Day. And how much Chuck could Chuck if he could chuck a Chuck and should he? How would Chuck a Chuck? Well, I can go to Charlestown, but there's no Chuck Town. Huh? How come he's not Chucky Brown? Why some Charles gets away with Charleses and some Charles get chucked in the Chuck factory? Huh? There's a difference between a Charles and a Chuck. Just like there's a difference between a Richard and a Dick. And a Rich. And a Richard. And a Richie. And a Dick. Can't always tell by looking at him. Sometimes a Charles is a Chuck. He looks like a Charles. You think he's a Charles, but he's a Chuck. Read his birth certificate. Fool the fuck out of you. Why isn't he Chuck Barkley? How did he escape the chucking? How did one escape the dicking? Charles Richardson did not make it out. Couldn't survive it. He tried. He got famous, and they still made him into a dick. Richard Nixon lied, and then became a tricky dick. He was a Richard, but he got dicked. They dicked him at the last minute. And then he tried to fucking dick his way out. Like, I mean, that was his classic mistake. He will forever be a dick because of that, because he tried to say, I'm not a dick. And everybody's like, dude, you're a dick. And you're a tricky dick because you tried to tell us that you're a Richard, but you're actually a dick. Nobody would have voted for you knowing that you're a dick. Meet President Dick. Doesn't even sound right. So anytime Charles comes up, do your background check. Do your background check. Is what I'm trying to say. It didn't come out right because it's like a tongue titty twister. You know what I mean? And if you don't get it right, it gets twisted. So don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. A little pinching is okay, but make sure your Charles is a Charles, not a Chuck. Make sure your Richard's not a dick. Is what I'm trying to say. Make sure your country is not. Who's in my house? Yeah, which would be a tree full of. Dude, what is that sound? It's a tree full. Stop it! Okay, so, I wonder if you can climb a country. And what would you find up there? Kumquats? Kumquats come from somewhere. A country would be just as good as any answer of where a kumquat comes from. How much is a quat? And have you ever? I did once. I didn't like the taste. It wasn't that bad, actually. Kumquats are pretty good. You gotta climb way up in that country though to get to the good kumquats. But yeah, make sure your countries they'll try and pull a dick swap on you. Check out my dick pics for that to get that. If you do, if you haven't already, yeah, definitely. If you got, I got some on YouTube. They left them up there. I can't believe they let me do it, but I put my dick pics up, and they haven't taken them down yet. It's pretty cool. Probably only a matter of time before someone complains about my dick being up there. Well, all my dicks that I have up there on there. I got a lot of dick pics in that video, and I'm surprised no one's like complaining. I guess no one really watches this channel, so there's nothing to really complain about, is there? So, yeah, for the time being, my dick pics are still up there in the video. Want to take a picture? Let's take a look at all the dicks I've collected over the years. There's a few of them. There's some really good dicks in there too. Um, it's weird just talking and not like having anyone to talk to, and there's no answer back, and so like I kind of have to have your side of the conversation with, you know what I mean, or I just keep steamrolling and just keep going. And so far, I've hit hours and hours of this shit and have not run out. Nor have I hit a lot of there's some pauses and stuff. Where I just sit there and either gather my thoughts or let something sink in. Oh, look at that necklace. The dawn turned it itself. It says. I remember the opposite world. Oh shit! I'm actually looking at opposite world, aren't I? I meant to do something today. I meant to go get a picture of a black hole, whatever they have, and then look at it in negative, invert the. I wish NASA would do it, and I don't know why they're not thinking about it, because I guarantee that the whole reason Einstein theorized that the black holes would even be there, and we know which is his theory came. They're finding his theory might well be true. It's just weird having a big shadow on your face. It feels weird. Fuck it. Be like the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, look, that's really good there. There we go. Who goes there? Who's there? What are you doing here? What's even crazier is that there's nothing. Looks like I'm hiding, but in there. So there's nothing blocking me. Now it's gone. Oh. Just into nothingness and then out. But it's not really. It's just, if it is, it's actually if the white balance is if it's coming through brighter than that looks here. I apologize about that look up my nose. From here, it looks like I'm blocked out. If not, it's just gonna look really, really dumb, which is cool. You gotta be like yeah, the Weird Al Yankovic said, "Dare to be stupid." You will never, ever do anything new or interesting unless you're not afraid to be stupid or be considered stupid. Maybe everyone around you for 100 miles thinks you're the dumbest shit ever fucking to ever walk. Think of how many people were probably annoyed as fuck by Tom Green before he got famous, before he made something. The thing is, he hadn't found his people. That's all. He just hadn't found his people. He's hilarious. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? That whole Freddy got fingered. Dude, it's just it's disturbingly good. It's The whole plot is so fucked up, and like what happens is just so fucking insane. Watch it again. Watch it again. There's a lot of stuff that we watch, and like okay, like The Mask. I was thinking about this today. A lot of people don't give Jim Carrey the credit he deserves. Go watch The Mask again. This time, stop watching it as a comedy. Watch his acting. Don't pay attention to the overtop stuff. Don't just watch him act and see if you don't believe everything he's doing. That's what acting is. Was it over the top? What's it crazy? Yeah, but were you in it the whole time? Was there any time that you believed he wasn't not anybody else in there? Jim Carrey. When he kicks the fender, that's when it got me. I'd watched The Mask maybe like twice. And then, I was always stoned and whatever, and I won't say I wasn't stoned this time, but I was watching it this time more of a, it's just going, and I've seen it before. Then he goes to kick the fender off the fucking car when it's on the bridge. I had to stop and rewind it. It's fucking brilliant. Watch it. It's fucking brilliant. Sherlock on BBC. Not all the plots and stuff, and honestly, if they would have, the British are much more known for getting in, telling the story, getting the fuck out. You got 2, 3 seasons, and that's when it ends after that. That's all you get, man. It's 2, 3 seasons because it's good. We told the story, and it's time to move on to something else. I'm not saying Doctor Who. Doctor Who had a limit on it, but the people wanted it so bad that when it hit that limit, they just had to rewrite the story in some way to keep it going. I would have found some way to tie it back to the original very first, and then, especially with digital and computers and shit like that, find some way that like blend in with the green screen or whatever, where the doctor comes across a doctor and like, I guess this is where it ends. And try and find some way to make the other doctor go, yeah. Even if there's like a video of him, like, there's a scene. Well, I guess this is the end. Or this is where we say goodbye, or whatever. And like, and if there's someone else there, the last doctor, I guess this is where we say goodbye. And he's like, I guess this is where we say goodbye. It's all tied together. We are one. We've caught ourselves now. And the series ends. And then it starts back over at the beginning where it all started. And you start with that, and then you go through the 90s, and you go through all the stuff, and you've got like 15 seasons of shit to go through, man. And you let it be complete. Instead of running it into the ground until it's fucking dead and nobody wants to see it anymore. Go out on a high note. I know it feels good and whatever, and you want what? Go out on a high note. Leave them wanting more. And there isn't more to get. Leave them begging you for more. And like, sorry, man. It's what it is and what it was. We've got other stuff coming. Well, I don't want to. I won't see. I know. It really means a lot to me too. That's why I don't want to do anything more to damage it. That's how much it means to me. If I do anything more, I'm afraid it's going to damage the art that we made. I love playing that character. I would love to put it back on and go do it. But to be honest, if I do, it's probably going to be just a cheap version of the good thing that I think we did a good thing. And I don't want to damage that. Hopefully you'll support us in future things that we endeavor. I plan on working with those same guys on some other stuff, so hopefully you'll support us there too. No, we're not going back to that. Lose laws of demand. Fuck them. Sorry, but fuck them. You can't go back in time. You can't go back. You know what I mean? You can't. There's just a lot of stuff that you cannot do. Some of the people are no longer with us. There's a lot of stuff, and it won't have the same magic, and it'll just slowly but surely become a shell of what it was, and be an echo of what society is. Afraid to take any chances because society is now paying the bills. You need to go out when you're not afraid. Cancel me? Fuck you. I canceled you. We canceled the show. You guys want to do spin-offs? You want to redo it? Whatever. Go ahead and try. Have fun with that. We're going to keep it going, sure, but it won't be the original, will it? It's not going to have Malcolm Reynolds flying the ship, is it? No. Because Nathan Fillion's fucking Malcolm Reynolds. Jewel State. It's Kaylee. Inara. Jane. You may make Serenity fly again, but all of the heart will be gone. And there's nothing you can do. You can make your own show that'll be a bit different and whatever, but you'll never get back what Firefly had. Sorry. Fox lost the chance. Which is good. And when you consider the fact of like lay your treasures in heaven. Because Firefly is one of probably the best shows that I've ever seen in my life. It could have gone very stale very quickly. I saw how it could go very stale very quickly, and I saw how it could go fucking fantastic. But the thing is, if you lay your treasures in heaven, that's one of my favorite shows ever. When heaven gets here, when the end comes, hopefully he comes down on his throne and he's got a whole stack of DVDs of the seasons I haven't seen yet. And hopefully it ends around season 5. I think Josh said he had about 7 seasons. Hopefully it ends there. And if nothing else, there may be the Serenity movie. See, I could see that. For like Sherlock Holmes, do a movie. Rather than come back with a whole series, do a 3-hour movie. Basically, like their episodes are about an hour and a half. And they cover a lot of shit. So each season has about like 3 or 4 episodes. And they're like, each one's like a fucking movie. And it's pretty good. It's very well filmed. It's very well acted. Pardon me. It's very well written. It's a very good series. Anytime that you do anything fake, it's not real. There's going to be flaws in it because it's not real. You're telling a lie to the audience. That's what a plot hole is. You scratching at the lie until you find the truth. This isn't real. This is a made up story. There's no Hogwarts. There's no Rebel Alliance. There are no X-Wing fighters. And congratulations, you just ruined a lot of people's fucking dreams. They were having fun. And Captain Correct had to come along and just keep scratching and scratching and scratching until he found that one thing to prove. This entire made-up story is all a lie. Like anyone believed it was real, asshole. You're the only one saying, you know what I mean? There's people that find that shit like, oh, let me, you know what it is? I guarantee you're a failed author. You're a failed author with no ideas of your own. Or the ideas you put forward have been rejected so many times that you have nothing to do with your own life other than to tear down other people's art. That Cinema Sins guy? Oh, I get it. I understand. I get what he's doing. I get why. Where's his perfect fucking movie? He's going through the sins of cinema and showing how, like, you know, even like in The Shining, in the opening shot, they're flying in a helicopter. They're getting the shot from a helicopter, and just along the top, you can see the rotor blades very faintly, very faintly. you can see the rotor blades. If I can see if I can, you'd probably see it right from here, and it dips down to about through this area, and it goes up here. In opening shot, we have immediately you can see the helicopter blades. Really, I thought the camera was just flying through the sky. Where's your perfect movie again? I'm still asking and waiting for your perfect movie that has no plot holes, no flaws, no continuity errors, no awkward dialogue. It's basically real life, just filmed. Oh, the rest of us are just making fucking movies and you're a little too into this shit? Yeah, that's what it felt like. Wait, you notice the Starbucks cup in the back of the scene? What is wrong with you? You realize the movie is not about. But it's a period piece. Why would there be a Starbucks cup? What the fuck is wrong with you? You no talent, no life fuck. I can understand catching it. I get that. Check it out, man. But then to start like a thing about how the continuity error. There seems to be a blunder in the Game of Thrones. Fuck you. You mean the story about dragons isn't true and it has a fucking it's not filmed in Westeros? Say it isn't fucking so. Please tell me you're lying. Please tell me that's a real dragon she's riding around on. Please tell me that's not CGI. It's CGI? I get there's not even really a game or any thrones, are there? A set? Oh, you piece of shit. That ruins the entire story for me. Wasted. Gone. Next thing you're going to tell me the interview of the vampire, the part they filmed there wasn't done in fucking back in slave owning days. It wasn't? The modern one that they just shot? It wasn't shot back in. Those lying fuckers. Liberal Hollywood elites with their fucking lies. Fake fuck. I finally get it. The fake fucking media. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Because, I mean, of all the news channels that are like fucking telling the truth and lying, how many and which one got sued to the tune of $1.5 billion and settled out of court for $700 million for lying? CNN. No, the Republican. All the stuff that they're saying they're being, if it was truly lies, Captain Bone Spurs, Senior fucking sign a waiver, Senior fucking NDA, Captain fucking let me sue you because you claimed that I'm not a billionaire. And I got butt hurt because it's true. And everyone's going to find out. But I can't let it stand because I've been telling everybody that I'm a fucking billionaire and I'm not. So I'm going to sue, so at least no one's going to keep up with the case to find out how it goes. But everybody knows that you fuck with me and say I'm not a billionaire, I sue for $5 billion. Because your automatic belief is that I'm already a fucking billionaire. Of course I've already won. In your mind, oh man, someone said he's not worth that much. Feel bad for that guy. Defamation, motherfucker. It's a bitch. He walked out, didn't pay Donald a dime. But he said Donald's worth only like $450 million. Not a billion at all. He lost the lawsuit. Why are they so mean to Donald? Is what you're saying. Not like, why didn't he just prove he's worth more than that? Oh, he says he did prove it and the judge was just mean to him. What? Why are they so mean to Donald? Michael K. Johnson, why are you so mean? He didn't bring any evidence. He said his fucking value depends on how he feels from day to day. They asked him to bring proof of his fucking worth. No, no one's that fucking stupid. Yes. Yes, Donald Trump is that fucking stupid that in the court of law, some days he feels like $1,000,000. Some days he rolls out of bed feeling like $10 billion. Is basically what he's saying. You guys don't want to see any fucking proof from all the fucking shit he's been lying about for all this time? You don't want to see any proof. He says they raided Mar-a-Lago without a fucking warrant. They have a warrant. That's not enough to turn you off. Fox News gets sued for fucking $700 billion for lying to you. That's not enough for you to turn their fucking station off. Donald Trump tells you all the shit he's going to do to you and your family and the people that you know, and you somehow think you're not included on that list of people that are going to. Because wait, hold on. Oh, I get it. You get food stamps appropriately, and you're the arbiter and judge of who does and who does not. And since Donald Trump thinks like you, he just wants to get the corruption out of there. Not that he bragged about, while running for fucking president, that he hated paying overtime and he didn't do it. You guys laughed and cheered. What a smart business decision. Yeah, fuck those Mexicans, man. Don't pay them shit. Oh, these are American contractors? Oh, so you're a piece of shit. Hey, everybody, let's make the piece of shit fucking president and give him unchecked power now that the fucking Supreme Court has decided that whatever he does in the name of keeping that's the problem, is you guys don't understand what's actually going on. They gave the office of presidency. They didn't give Donald Trump immunity. They gave the office of presidency immunity. So let's say things were already done to box him in. Because they're not as stupid as you'd like to think. But they want to give him enough rope because he'll do it within the first week. He'll break the Constitution. He took an oath to defend the Constitution and broke it within the first week. The first fucking week. Before he took office, his clerics of this cult, also known as Republican senators, were pushing to get him another. Dude, why are we trying to extend his ability to stay in office when he hasn't done shit yet? He hasn't done anything. Elania has fucked a lot of shit over. And he better hope that I'm not right. Because if I'm right, he doesn't have much time left. He's pissed off the wrong people, and his money cannot protect him from what's coming. You ever seen 911, Reno 911 Miami? Paul Rudd's in there saying, look, I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'll tell you everything. I don't care. I just want immunity. And Patton Oswalt reaches in through the window, says there's no immunity to bullets, and pulls the trigger. And then walks away. Because they thought Patton Oswalt, the ringleader, was gone. Because he climbed out the window and had left. And so they're cornering Paul Rudd. And he's like, look. I'll tell you everything you want to know, but I need immunity. And Patton Oswalt reaches to the window and goes, there's no immunity to bullets, and then walks away. People were chanting and cheering for Trump to come back to office. And then when those Social Security checks, no, 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 not my Social Security check. Not my mom's Social Security. My mom deserves it. My mom's on disability, and you know, blah blah. And my son has disability, and then I've got my fucking problem with my thing. So I'm on it legitimately. I fought for it, and I have it. We're talking about the people that are on there that don't deserve it, and they need to be booted off because they're making people like me look bad. But because Donald Trump has no nuance, he says we're gonna clean up disability and get rid of the fraud. And you're like, yeah, yeah, it's about time. I'm for that. And there's a fraud, and there's a fraud, and there's a fraud, and there's a fraud, and there's a fraud. And you're like, I'm a fraud? I voted for you. And you're like, yeah. I told you I'm a snake. You're the tender hearted woman. You were just thinking that you're so smart that your enemy is the snake. And your enemy's friends that believe them are the tender-hearted woman. You had no idea the snake is reading you the poem, and you're cheering and bringing the snake closer to your bosom. Cold. Reptilian. No love. No loyalty. No respect for. Why did you do this? I nursed you back to health. You knew I was a snake when you picked me up. Look at all the generals he's turned on. The second you don't do what he says, he doesn't know you. Never knew you. You really had nothing to do with this. Even if you were what, Michael Cohen, very, very little to do. The guy said he'd take a bullet for Donald Trump. He was calling himself Donald Trump's fixer. Donald Trump called him his fixer. Worked for him for years. No, I don't know. I mean, he had a very small role. The guy that would take a bullet for you. That's in every fucking picture where there's a picture of you. Pretty much he's in the background fawning over you. That guy? You barely know him? Your main legal counsel? Or are you lying? Because the spell you had on him is now broken. Probably because when he went to jail, they're like, you realize, Michael, you didn't do anything. No, yeah, you carried the money that he wanted you to carry from point A, point B. And that's illegal. We want him because he told you to do it, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter about that because you carried from point. You did that. You did that. So you have to be punished for that. Don't you think it's weird that you did that and you're getting punishment? But the person who told you is now the president? Were you trying to hide your affair from your wife? From the American people? Were you covering up your wrongdoings? Have you ever cheated on your wife? So Donald Trump cheats on his wife, and you go to jail. Sounds like a fucking snake to me. Of course, I've been known to be called crazy. That sounds like exactly like the fucking snake in his poem. Everyone who stood up against fucking Trump, no matter how long they've known him or dealt with him, I don't know that person. That person's an idiot. I never should have hired them to begin with. Never mind that he's going out there bragging on his ability to pick good people. He's the best. He surrounds himself with nothing but the best people. Like Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. and Lara Trump and Ivanka Trump. And wouldn't you know it, his stepson happens to be one of the most intelligent people ever in the world. Son-in-law, sorry. And everyone who's intelligent just happens to be within arm's reach of him, isn't it? And usually their intelligence is by how much they suck his dick, not his Richard. How much they kiss his ass is how smart they are. How much they obey is how loyal and how long they stick around. And if you think you're any different, I have a whole lot of ocean to sell you. It's international waters. No one even owns it. You can have it cheap. I'm selling it by the metric ton. Unheard of prices. Unheard of. You should see how much ocean $5,000 will buy you. Let's start talking. Let's start bidding. You believe Donald Trump's bullshit? Let's go ahead and start talking the bidding. Would you like to buy the world? I got the deed. It's going to take me a little bit to print it up, but I've got it. I'll sell it to you. I'll sell you the entire planet. $10,000. That's including all the air and all the water. You'll have a deed you can print out, and I've even got a paper crown somewhere around here. And you know what? Never mind. I found the crown. Here it is. You want to see it? Here you go. King of the Planet crown. It comes free with the $10,000. See, look. See the circle? Proof. I mean, if it gets in the way, because it does get kind of bulky. But see, because you're gonna be looking at a map, you need to have these type of things so you can see all the little people that you can piss on. You know what I mean? When you're on your high lofty horse, you can look down on them, and you can really inspect and get a good look at how fucking minuscule they are compared to you, right, Bezos? And how tiny they are, right, Musk? And then you can just squish them and squish them at your will. And then you can just cut off their funding, and they have to do what you say, and they have to like you. And if they don't, well, then they need to be removed from office and or whatever. And this crown will do it all for you. Low price, the whole fucking planet. $10,000. I'll throw in the crown. Because you're that fucking stupid. If you believe Donald Trump, you're that fucking stupid. Here's the thing about Donald Trump. He's so fucking piece of shit that even if he and his followers are right, it's not that I wouldn't admit they were right. I would just be like, oh, okay, so utopia is full of assholes. Because in order for you to get your utopia, we have to harm any person. You're a piece of shit. And you're okay with it? Yeah, you're doubly a piece of shit. I understand, like, making omelets, sometimes you gotta break some eggs. I get that. But you try to, limit. You guys are trying to maximize. Broken eggs. Children ripped apart from their families, from their parents. Still, there's kids now. You claim to be a Christian, and right now, there are children who did not choose to come here. They were brought here with their parents. There was no broadcast to the fucking Mexican people or to the South America, hey, don't come to America, because if you do, you'll be separated from your children. No warning. They're in line already waiting when the decree comes down from Dictator Donald Trump. There's no camps to hold these people. There's no detention. They have to makeshift this shit. How are you not immediately flooded with the thoughts of Auschwitz? You Nazi piece of shit. The Japanese internment camps, nothing. You learn nothing? If you learn nothing, let me know, because God needs to know that shit right now, because we can just stop. This whole thing, there is no hope for you, because you're admitting there's no hope for changing your stupid fucking mind away from your evil, wicked fucking ways. I don't want to hear about money or any of that shit. Consider the birds of the field who neither sow nor tend, but reap. Sorry, I'm getting pissed off. How much more valuable are you than a bird? And if he's talking to a lowly piece of shit sinner who needs to be forgiven by Jesus Christ, and he's definitely talking to the fucking them, he's talking to them, he's talking to them, he's talking to them. If he's talking to you, a piece of shit sinner who would say freedom and shit for me, fuck you, he's definitely talking about the person who's just looking for a better life with no evil intentions, because your intentions are fucking evil. It's a benign evil. You don't mean to be evil. You're just so worried about your own that you don't give a fuck about anything else. You're so smart and so sure of everything. In your neighborhood, I would be willing to put money there is someone being abused that you pay no attention to at all. That shit happens here. Stop looking over fucking fences and over whatever. And if nothing else, you may well be a fucking abusive person and not even fucking know it. Because you're looking out at the world rather than realizing you're part of the world, not its owner, not its master, not the main character. You are just one of billions of characters currently playing the game. As insignificant as all the dead people of the Old West whose names you will never know. But we all want to imagine ourselves as this Billy the Kid or someone whose impression is going to echo for eons and eons when you are nothing. You do nothing of importance. You help no one besides yourself. You do nothing. You're not even well educated. Yet somehow you're important enough, your narcissism is that people are going to remember you and give a fuck. We all should care so much about your company and your needs, right? Everything's not working perfectly for you. It works for about, 80% of Americans. But because you're affected by something, we should shut the whole fucking thing down, not include you into it. Throw out the baby with the bathwater because you're so fucking smart, right? Well, if it came from them liberal libtards, then it definitely ain't no good. You're fucking retarded, man. You're deficient. Your mind does not work correctly. You're the definition of mentally retarded. He said the R word. Yes, I did. In the actual definition, the clinical definition of mentally retarded, as in the mental processes cannot function normally as a normal human being would, thereby causing a sense of empathy to the people around you. The connection between the world and yourself is severed because of your mental. Fire retardant means it stops fire. Mental retarded means your processes stop. They don't work quite right. So yes, you are mentally retarded. It's not an insult. Not saying you should ride the short, but that's an insult. Doing hand gestures and making noises and stuff, that's an insult. when you are making decisions in a fucking political system that you don't understand while bitching about that system, your mind is not working right. It's like taking a hammer to a computer screaming, why won't this thing get on the internet? Now the glass is all broken. What the fuck? This thing's a piece of shit. No, guy, that's a keyboard. And you don't use a hammer on it. That is a monitor. The keyboard works exactly as it's designed. You just don't know how to turn it on correctly. There's a difference between things being fucked up and broken and you not understanding how it works. When you load a dishwasher, like an automated dishwasher, with all your dirty, nasty 5-day-old fucking stuff, and it comes out still caked on, and you're screaming angry like, this piece of shit, why'd I even buy it? Take a look at the manual. Fuck, listen to Katie Porter. She explains it beautifully while chastising the fuck out of people like you who are too fucking stupid to understand shit. Because she actually uses one. Unlike most of the men fighting for, like, you know, the equal rights of their dry cleaners and gas stoves, she actually uses them so she actually knows what the fuck she's talking about. You're just an idiot. You're a racist idiot who is trying to find anything to get upset about that you can actually be bad about, you can be mad about, so that way you can say, that's what I'm not. It's not about the color of his skin. It's not. Look, we hired the orange piece of shit, didn't we? It's the fact that he is not shitty enough. We want our shit bag to be full of shit. And he's only half full of shit. Look at him, his clothes fit. I want it swelling and puffed out. I want it so full of shit that he has to lean forward when he's giving an interview. I want him so full of shit he turns red when he's just talking about the budget. I want him screaming and yelling in front of a chopper so I can pretend that he's actually doing something besides golfing. In my mind, I can pretend that he's either going somewhere or getting back from somewhere. Because he's so busy as our president, getting so much done. That's what I want. And the government should work just fine. Well, why can't he just do whatever he wants? It'll be fixed if he just stop. Well, then we need a dictatorship then. I don't care what the Constitution says. I love the Constitution in America, and so we need to do something. You're nuts, man. You're insane. I love the thing that I hate. I hate the things that I love. It sounds like a you problem, man. Why are you on the street corner outside yelling? This is a restaurant, Jack. You realize that waiter, busboy, has no control of any of the shit that's happening here? Right. But we're in Walmart, guy. Right. All that. Yeah. They're just taking, yeah, all that. We're in Walmart, guy. Where are you? Okay, well, that right there is the greeter. That over there is a customer service person. And that's a cashier. And that's the person that watches the goddamn thing for checkout. And that person stocks the shelves. None of them are government officials. This is not a government building. You are not allowed to say whatever the fuck you want to say. That is not what the Constitution says. Your First Amendment rights die the second you enter private property. I'm sorry to be the one to inform you that, because apparently some of you are too stupid to know that the government will not make any laws saying you can't say words. If fucking Walmart wants to have it inside here, we have DEI. If you do not refer to a fucking trans person by their preferred gender, get the fuck out. Well, I got my first amendment. Get him out the fuck out of here. And when the police show up, they're gonna go, no. No, you don't. Well, I have the right. Oh, out here in the parking lot, scream about whatever the fuck you want to scream about. Inside there, you have to wear your clothes. You have to have shirt on. You have to have shoes on. You have to be respectful. You have to not yell. You have to not fight. This is private fucking property. Everything inside that store, besides the people shopping, they own. And yes, I'm including the workers. Because it's just another fucking plantation. Low, low prices. How do you keep the prices so low? Slavery. Oh, don't worry. They pay that. We pay them enough that they can pay for their housing and stuff, but they have to go to get food stamps in order to eat. Oh, did I mention that we sell food here? So they mainly when they're getting off work, because we work them just enough that they can't get insurance through us, anyways. So Affordable Care Act had to cover that. You see how we do it? We pass the savings onto you by passing all the fucking charge onto you. You're paying for it just in another way. Dumb fuck. I sold out long before you ever even heard my name. I sold my soul to make a record, dipshit, and then you bought one. All you know about me is what I sold you. Times are changing. There's going to be problems coming. You guys did your fucking around. Now comes the finding out. We tried everything. We tried everything. We tried everything. No, I'm not talking about Democrats. We tried everything to get through to you. We tried everything. Literally everything. And now you've made up your mind as to who you are and what you are. And you not only made your voices coming out, but you also made your real internal intentions known. I don't agree with everything, but I mean, I still voted for him. Then you are not paying attention, and you don't deserve to be here. I'm sorry, you don't. Because you don't have you are so oblivious to life that you don't care who you fuck over, including yourself. To quote Perry Farrell, some people should die. That's just unconscious knowledge. No, then how can we all do it? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? What did you say? I'm really having a hard time hearing you. Maybe you could speak up a little bit more about the people that got out of here alive. Oh, okay, so then when you die, it's just a matter of you dead. How you go doesn't really fucking matter in the long run then, huh? Because it's the same route. You're just going there. You just got there a little shorter. Right? Well, it was cheated out of no. You only cheated out of time if this existence that we have right now is all there is. That's the only time you're cheated. If YOLO. I don't believe that. I mean, I believe you have one life, one internal soul. But how that soul will spend its time and the consciousness behind it and what you'll do, that ain't even up to you, much less to give a fucking branding to it. Who gives a fuck about your ideas? Let's be completely honest. Everything in this fucking universe is here without your fucking permission. Murderers, rapists, all the shit, all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. It's all here with or without your permission. Psychopaths. Do you think we all took a vote and said, let's have some psychopaths running around here? No. Sociopaths. Narcissists. We chose to have them around. No. So in other words, these self-evident things are happening to us whether we want it or not. You have no control. Your vote is that illusion. Your thoughts and your opinions are your illusion that you have even a fucking say-so in your life. If you think about it honestly, where you are right now, just stop and think about it for just a second. Where you are right now is only who you are because of who you were back in the past. Think back to your first early memory. If everything did not go exactly as it is, you would not be where you are now. Therefore, that fate was already decided. Do you understand now? Do you understand that we have this moment right now, and pretty soon the program's going to continue on, and we're going to be going to another future that you have no choice in? You don't decide. People are making those choices for you right now. China, Russia, the governments of the world are making the decisions of where you will be in the next 2 years, and you don't get a say-so in it at all. If they're planning on launching a war in the next 2 years, that could get embroiled the entire planet, leaving no place untouched from war. What will you do? Protest? That ought to stop a tank. Or the drones. Do you remember when Obama signed that it's okay to fucking use drones on American people? Anybody have any goddamn memory about the fucking fact that this country hates you? It is not in your best interest. It does not care about you at all. America is a fucking lie. There's no melting pot. That's the lie they use to sell their sin. The necessity of their goodness as they wreak evil everywhere. Freedom of speech, what a great idea. Let's allow everyone to say anything that they want to say anytime they want. What a great idea. Especially when you don't further define and say, oh yeah, by the way, if you're in someone's house and they punch you in the fucking face for saying whatever you want to say, you can sue. But being in their house, they probably would all have to say is that you were attacking them, which would give them the right to kill you. Because we have a stand your ground rule. Regardless of the fact that thou shalt not kill, you still insist that if someone wants to kill you, you must kill them first. I don't remember reading that in anywhere in the Bible. In fact, the example given was when they try to kill you, when they want to kill you, when they hate you, when they despise you, when they just can't stand you. When you can summon the winds and walk on water and turn wine to water or water to wine or heal a leper or bring back Lazarus from the dead. If they want your life, Give it to them. That's the book I read. The fuck are you reading where you gotta stock up on shotguns? My book says you don't only protection you need is the armor of God. And so when I'm in those situations, pull the trigger. And when you do, pray he doesn't send me back like Lazarus. Hit right here. Hit right here. Make sure you hit right here. And for a double tap, hit right here a couple of times. So if I get up, you know you're fucked.